focus on Samvardhana Motherson, which is now in focus on account of a large trade where nearly 4.9% equity worth over 4,000 crore changed hands. It's the CNBC-TV18 news break, which was confirmed, where we told you that the promoter Sumitomo Wiring is selling about 4.5% stake. Kunal Malani, who's the Chief Financial Officer of Samvardhana Motherson, joins us now. Thanks a lot, Kunal, for joining in. The confirmation is here. Sumitomo has sold. So it's a two-part question. One, after this stake sale, Sumitomo, how much do they hold in the company and how much time is that locked for? And secondly, of this 4.4% that was sold, were the other promoters of Motherson buyers? If not, who else were the buyers? Would you have any sense?
So number one, I think they're now at 9.89%, so they are sub 10%. And you may have noted that they have also decided to step down from the board.
Yes.
And their intent being clear that over a period of time they would want to exit. They have highlighted it as medium to long term, such that they can participate in the imminent growth of SAMIL, and hence want to exit over a period of time. Now, I think equally important for all viewers to note that it is not that the relationship with Sumitomo has soured or anything. In fact, it remains stronger than ever. However, the business of Sumitomo-san was really in relation to the domestic wiring harness business. That's the MSWIL part of the business, where they continue to have the 25% stake, and we continue to have 33% stake. So that joint venture remains as is. It is only in SAMIL that they're diluting, because this side of the business is not their core set of the business, and hence they're treating it as a financial investor. Hence the need to step down from the board, as well as to make the intent clear that they want to exit it over the medium to long term. Now, did the promoters, Sehgal family, participate? Answer is no, is what we understand. And really, we do not have information on who the buyers are at the other end.
Okay, all right. So as of now, the promoters did participate in this particular block. Well, you know, they have a lock-in for 9 months, after which they will be exiting that remaining 9.8% stake that they have entirely. What is the time frame of the exit?
So just to clarify, Sehgal family did not participate in the block.
Didn't.
Okay, and there's no time frame that we are aware about. It says medium to long term, so we're also reading through the same press release that they issued. So I would imagine over multiple years is the way they would think about doing it, given they also are aware about many other legs of growth that we have also highlighted about SAMIL. So I don't see any rush in them exiting, but it's really their call. They've also requested that they be classified as public shareholders going forward, which we will try to do using the applicable regulations. So really their call, really how they want to dilute going ahead.
Okay, so, you know, I just wanted to know that the remaining sub 10%, almost 10% stake that they have, not selling for the next 9 months, but medium to long term is what their timeline is. The Sehgal family did not participate in today's large trade. Will they look at buying from Sumitomo going forward? Because they hold about 65% stake in the company. They have room all the way up to 10%, 75%. So, you know, 4.99% in one financial year, 4.99% in the other financial year. Do you think that would be the thought?
So they hold slightly more than 50%, not 65%, just to clarify. And frankly, whether they want to participate or not is something that should be asked to them. From a company perspective, we really do not know about how the promoters are dealing in this topic. So no idea really.
Okay. So with this step and, the board changes which have taken place, if you could apprise us of that, there would be no kind of strategic management participation anymore from Sumitomo Wiring henceforth?
Not at SAMIL level, at the board level, that is true. At MSWIL level, they remain where it is, where they remain with their 2 board seats. And hence nothing changes from MSWIL's perspective, or a joint venture, or operationally nothing changes in the business, because this is not a set of the business. SAMIL was not a set of the business that Sumitomo Wiring was anywhere participating in. Their core business remains domestic wiring harness. So hence no real change for us per se. So they've just monetized the investments they've made so far.
And with SAMIL, there was no, no sort of transaction, no technology transfer, nothing to do with Sumitomo from a SAMIL standpoint, right? Which goes away or anything of that sort.
That's right. Nothing changes from Samuel's business perspective.
All right. So let's talk about business itself. 45% of your revenue coming in from the US, Germany, China. How's the global situation right now? A quarter of your revenue is coming in from India as well. How's the Indian situation right now? How should we look at it?
Look, there are pockets of pluses and minuses, as would be expected. And the good part for our business is, as long as there are enough number of pockets of pluses that negate the negatives, we should still be reasonably okay. And that's the way we are seeing it. There are pockets of weakness here, there in the developed market space. There is an expectation that some of the growth expectations of EVs may pare down. But we service all powertrains. We service everyone, pretty much all OEMs across 42 odd countries. So given the diversified nature, I think we will not get as much impacted by any of the headwinds that exist. On the contrary, I think there's fair amount of tailwinds, as you rightly highlighted. I think India continues to do well. That is where a lot of our capex is focused on as well. And hence we look forward to growth in the emerging markets and work towards inorganic growth really in the developed market. So that's been our stated, at least short-term thought process behind what we intend doing over the next, let's say, 3, 6, 8 months.
Okay. Kunal, just before we go, just a quick clarification. Now that Sumitomo has stepped back, it gives room for the company to probably get in another strategic investor, get in another partner. Is that something that you all will probably consider?
Well, that option always existed. It's not that Sumitomo-san was anyway averse to it. There was no joint venture agreement that existed at SAMIL level anyway with Sumitomo-san. So none of these were really new things for us that we could not have done earlier. So hence it is frankly extremely status quo for us. There is no change in the thought process or the direction or what we want to do in the business. So really this is just a pure monetization of financial investors, the way we think about it.
All right. Thank you so much, Kunal, for joining in and giving us your views on the business and this deal that took place now. Of course, medium to long term is something that we'll await any sort of action coming in from Sumitomo in terms of them exiting their stake in Sumitomo Motherson. 4.4% is what they've sold today. They hold a little under 10% now. Take a short break, come back on the other side. We'll focus on Mahanagar Gas, which is nosedive today, down over 15%.